Why is it only the first time that Romania has come to this conference? What do you hope to get from it?
Well, I think first of all, there were in the past a few Romanians coming to the World Policy Conference. However, this is the first time when a larger group of attendants was present in Cannes. And from my conversations with the Romanians which attended the conference, the feedback on the conference is very good, both in terms of content and in terms of opportunities for networking. As far as the content is concerned, we have seen fabulous presentations and very intense dialogue, which you don't see usually in conferences. And the opportunities for networking are also great. And we have established contacts. And we want to keep staying in contact with those people between the now and the next conference. Because what is important is in such a conference or in such an event to make sure that there is activity and interaction between the events.
Have you found the discussions about the Eurozone crisis? I mean, Romania is a relatively new member of the European Union, and this is clearly, in many ways, the worst crisis that the European Union has ever had to endure. Have you been impressed by the discussions on the Eurozone, on the position of the euro and on the remedies for this crisis?
Yes, but before I answer your question, let me give you some background information. I mean, first of all, the region that I'm looking for used to be in the past known as the powder keg of Europe. And this is a region where a number of wars have started in the past. This is, in these days, 51 million people, basically, and it's at crossroads. And this region was torn between East and West for many centuries. With the opportunity for EU accession, people will have the opportunity to join the Western civilization and Western Europe for a better future. Now, talking about crisis, we are used with crisis in that part of the world. And being members of the European Union brings huge opportunities. Yes, there were and there are austerity programs in place in those countries running for many years now. The civil unrest and the social unrest was low, and people accept the painful reforms. There are also opportunities. I see opportunities in that part of Europe in electricity, in energy, in oil and gas, in agriculture, in infrastructure, in manufacturing, for instance. We have, for instance, Renault and Ford present in Romania, Fiat in Italy, and Tata in Bulgaria. And the advantages of the region are related to the existence and availability of skilled workforce, which is still low in terms of cost of labor. Now, the crisis in the Eurozone, we hope that this is going to come to a happy end, because for that region to develop, we need EU funds. EU funds can make a huge difference going forward. And overall, generally speaking, that region needs foreign direct investment as well, because the financial assets which we have are insufficient in order to close the poverty gap. So we hope that the Eurozone crisis will come to a resolution and that countries in that region will benefit from being members of the European Union.
You mentioned the Balkans as a powder keg in history. And of course, it's not so long ago that there was a Balkan War. Now, Croatia will soon be a member of the European Union. Do you foresee a day when the same will be true of Serbia, of Kosovo? I mean, there was a problem obviously between Serbia and Kosovo now, but Albania. Do you see within what sort of time frame do you think the Balkans will be integrated into the European Union?
From my travels around the region, I can tell you that, of course, they don't always make headlines, but I see a lot of progress in institution building, in adopting the acquis communautaire, and for instance, yes, there are hiccups, and sometimes the process is slow, but I think that in the longer term, all these countries will be members of the European Union. And this is going to help solve the old conflicts, and the demons of the past will go for good. I'm confident that these countries will join the European Union.
Excellent. On that very positive note, Basile Iuga, thank you very much for being here.
You're most welcome. Thank you.